devotee of Lord Shiva, and he is the eldest son of Bali Maharaj, who is Mahajan, pure devotee. तो उन दोनों के बीच में कल हमने देखा जबरदस्त फाइट शुरू हो गया, और भगवान ने फाइनली नारायण ज्वारा का इस्तेमाल करके, सॉरी, यस, नारायण ज्वारा का इस्तेमाल करके शिव ज्वारा, विच क्रिएट्स हीट, उसको डिफीट कर दिया. राइट. नाउ वी विल सी फर्दर व्हाट हैपेंस. ओके, मनीष प्रभु, प्लीज रीड नेक्स्ट टू पैराग्राफ्स, देन आई विल रीड.
Then I will read. Sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna and Pranam to you.
दंडवत
My
प्रणाम.
dear Lord, I beg to submit that I have been very greatly chastised by the release of your Narayan Jwara. It is certainly very cooling, yet at the same time very severely dangerous and unbearable for all of us. My dear Lord, as long as one is forgetful of Krishna consciousness, driven by the spell of material desires, and ignorant of the ultimate shelter at your lotus feet, one who has accepted this material body becomes disturbed by the three miserable conditions of material nature. Because one does not surrender unto you, he therefore continues to suffer perpetually. After hearing the Sivjwara, Lord Krishna replied, O three-headed one, I am pleased with your statement. Be assured there is no more suffering for you from the Narayana Jwara. Not only are you now free from fear of Narayan Jwara, but anyone in the future who simply recollects this fight between Shiv Jwara and Narayan Jwara will also be freed from all kinds of fearfulness. Sorry. After hearing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Shiv Jwara offered his respectful obeisances unto his lotus feet and left. In the
Yes,
middle,
very, very important. So here it is mentioned, anybody who remembers the fight between Shiv Jwara and Narayan Jwara will be freed from all kinds of fearfulness. हर प्रकार के भय से वो मुक्त हो जाएगा. सबसे बड़ा भय क्या है? मृत्यु का भय, है ना. मान अपमान, हानि लाभ, सुख दुख, इसका भी भय लोगों को रहता है, लेकिन सबसे बड़ा भय है मृत्यु का भय. तो वो हर प्रकार के भय से जीत जाएगा. जो शिव ज्वारा और नारायण ज्वारा, इनके बीच में जो युद्ध हुआ, उसको याद करेगा, है ना. और आगे फिर क्या होता है? बाणासुर और भगवान श्री कृष्ण के बीच में लड़ाई जारी रहती है. यस. एजी प्रभु, आप पढ़ना चाहेंगे नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट टू पैराग्राफ्स? ठीक है, मैं पढ़ता हूँ. इन द मीन टाइम, Baṇāsura somehow or other recovered from his setbacks and, with rejuvenated energy, returned to fight. This time, Baṇāsura appeared before Lord Krishna, who was seated on his chariot with different kinds of weapons in his 1,000 hands. Baṇāsura was very much agitated. He began to splash his different weapons like torrents of rain upon the body of Lord Krishna. When Lord Krishna saw the weapons of Baṇāsura coming at him like water coming out of a strainer, he took his sharp-edged Sudarshan disc and began to cut off the demon's 1,000 hands one after another, just as a gardener trims the twigs of a tree with sharp cutters. When Lord Shiva saw that his devotee Baṇāsura could not be saved even in his presence, he came to his senses and personally came before Lord Krishna and began to pacify him by offering the following prayers. Hmm. Okay. So, Lord Krishna took out his Sudarshan and cut off 999 98 hands of Baṇāsura, और उनके दो हाथ भगवान ने छोड़ दिए. तो जब शिवजी ने देखा कि शिवजी के होते हुए भी बाणासुर अभी मरने वाला है, तो भगवान शिव क्या करते हैं? भगवान कृष्ण से प्रार्थना करने लगते हैं. क्या प्रार्थना करते हैं आगे देखेंगे। लॉर्ड शिवा सेड, माय डियर लॉर्ड, यू आर द वर्शिपेबल ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ द वैदिक हिम्स। One who does not know you considers the impersonal Brahmajyoti to be the ultimate supreme absolute truth, without any knowledge that you are existing behind your spiritual effulgence in your eternal abode. My dear Lord, you are therefore called Parabrahman. This word Parabrahman has been used in Bhagavad Gita to identify you. Saintly persons who have completely cleansed their hearts of material contamination can realize your transcendental form, although you are all pervading like the sky, unaffected by any material thing. Only the devotees can realize you and no one else. In the impersonalist conception of your supreme existence, the sky is just like your navel, the fire is your mouth, and the water is your semina. The heavenly planets are your head. All the directions are your ears. The Urvi planet is your lotus feet. The moon is your mind, and the sun is your eye. वाह, कितना अच्छा भगवान का डिस्क्रिप्शन दिया है ना। As far as I am concerned, I act as your ego. The ocean is your abdomen, and the king of heaven, Indra, is your arm. Trees and plants are the hairs of your body. The cloud is the hair on your head, and Lord Brahma is your intelligence. Right? So, whenever we see anything around us in this material nature, we can easily remember Krishna. जैसे आप आकाश को देखते हो, so you can remember that sky is the navel. भगवान का गर्भ है वो, है ना। फायर इज योर माउथ, अग्नि भगवान का मुख है। जल भगवान का वीर्य है। और हेवनली प्लैनेट्स, अपर प्लैनेटरी सिस्टम भगवान का सिर है। लोअर प्लैनेटरी सिस्टम भगवान के चरण है। इस प्रकार से मून, हनीमून, राइट, लोग शादी के बाद हनीमून मनाने जाते हैं, और मून का डायरेक्ट माइंड से कनेक्शन है। मून इज योर माइंड, मून रिप्रेजेंट्स माइंड, सन रिप्रेजेंट्स कृष्णास आईज, सो लाइक दैट। सिमिलरली द क्लाउड्स, आपको मॉनसून के समय में जो क्लाउड्स दिखते हैं, दे आर लाइक हेयर्स ऑन योर हेड, ऑन कृष्णास हेड। एंड ट्रीज एंड प्लांट्स आर हेयर्स ऑफ योर बॉडी। सिमिलरली माउंटेन्स, दे आर लाइक बोन्स ऑफ लॉर्ड कृष्णा। उस तरह से बताया गया है। सो वेरी गुड डिस्क्रिप्शन टू मेडिटेट अपॉन वेन वी सी एनीथिंग इन दिस वर्ल्ड, in the nature, we can easily remember Krishna or Vishnu. All the great progenitors known as Prajapatis are your symbolic representatives, and religion is your heart. The impersonal feature of your supreme body is conceived of in this way, but you are ultimately supreme person. The impersonal feature of your supreme body is only a small expansion of your energy. You are likened to the original fire, and the expansions are your light and heat. Right? ये सब temporary है. These are all Krishna's external byproducts like light and heat. प्रकाश और गर्मी के समान है। लेकिन वास्तव में भगवान जो व्यक्ति है, वो क्या है? भगवान अपने श्याम सुंदर रूप में विराजमान रहते हैं। सो दिस वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड वेरी 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 क्लियरली। सो दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। सो वो ऐसा बता रहे हैं, ये सब भगवान आपका सिर्फ एक्सपांशन है, बट एक्चुअली आप कौन हो? आप परम पुरुष, लीला पुरुषोत्तम भगवान श्री कृष्ण हो। उस तरह से आगे। यस, आदित्य प्रभु, वेलकम। सो कैन यू प्लीज रीड नेक्स्ट टू पैराग्राफ्स? सॉरी।
Yes, Prabhuji.
या, यू कैन रीड फ्रॉम हियर। लॉर्ड शिवा कंटिन्यूड।
Lord Shiva continued, my dear Lord, although you are manifested universally, different parts of the universe are the different parts of your body, and by your inconceivable potency, you can simultaneously be both localized and universal. In the Brahma Samhita, we also find it stated that although you always remain in your abode, Golok Vrindavana, you are nevertheless present everywhere. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, you appear to protect the devotees, which indicate good fortune for all the universe. All of the demigods are directing different affairs of the universe by your grace. Thus, the seven upper planetary systems are being manifested by your grace. At the end of this creation, all manifestation of your energies, whether in the shape of demigods, human beings, or lower animals, enter into you. And all immediate and remote causes of the cosmic manifestation rest in you without distinctive feature of existence. Ultimately, there is no possibility of distinction between yourself and other thing on an equal level with you or subordinate to you. You are simultaneously the cause of this cosmic manifestation and its ingredients as well. You are the supreme whole, one without a second. Um, yeah, in the in the phenomenal manifestation, there are three stages: the stage of consciousness, the stage of semi consciousness in dreaming, and the stage of unconsciousness. But your Lordship is transcendental to all these different material stages of existence. You exist, therefore, in a fourth dimension, and your appearance and disappearance do not depend on anything beyond yourself. You are the supreme cause of everything, but for yourself there is no cause. You yourself cause your own appearance and disappearance. Despite your transcendental position, my lord, in order to show your six opulences and advertise your transcendental qualities, you have appeared in your different incarnation fish, tortoise, bow, Nrsimha, Keshava. By your personal manifestation, you have appeared you have appeared as different living entities by your separated manifestation. By your internal potency, you appear as the different incarnations of Vishnu, and by your external potency, you appear as the phenomenal world.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, I got distracted. So here, Lord Shiva is offering wonderful prayers. Lord Shiva is telling that how there are there are three stages. There is conscious, semi-conscious, and unconscious. सुषुप्ति, जागृत अवस्था एंड स्वप्न ऐसे करके uh, तुरिया. There are different stages of uh, awareness. So a perfect devotee is always in fully conscious state, and living entities like us, we are in semi-conscious or subconscious state of mind. And people who are in ignorance, tamogun, they are in unconscious stage from spiritual point of view, right? And so Lord is, Lord Shiva is mentioning here that uh, you, Lord, exist in the fourth dimension, and your appearance and disappearance does not depend on anything beyond yourself. भगवान के ऊपर ही सब कुछ निर्धारित है, और उनके आगे उनके पीछे किसी भी चीज का कोई अंतर नहीं पड़ता. और वो बता रहे हैं कि आपके अलग अलग अवतार है. मत्स्य अवतार, कुर्मा अवतार, वराह अवतार, नरसिम्हा अवतार, राइट. ये सब भगवान आपके ही विस्तार है. यू हैव अपीयर्ड एज डिफरेंट लिविंग एंटिटीज बाय योर separated manifestations. By your internal potency, you appear as different incarnations of Vishnu, and by your external potency, you appear as the phenomenal world. Right? क्या बोल रहे हैं वो? कि आप अपनी अंतरंगा शक्ति से आप अलग अलग विष्णु अवतार लेते रहते हो, और बहिरंगा शक्ति से क्या होता है, आप इस भौतिक जगत का निर्माण करते हो, है ना? वो एक श्लोक आता है ना, एक वो सॉन्ग है, कौन सा सॉन्ग है वो, कि तुम्ही सर्वेश्वरेश्वर व्रजेंद्र कुमार, तुम्हारा इच्छाय विश्वे सृजन संहार. तो उसमें ये बात आती है कि भगवान आप ही सृजन करते हो, आप ही उसका पालनहार हो, और आप ही उसका विनाश करते हो. और फिर आगे क्या बोलते हैं वो, तव इच्छा मातो शिवा रचे कारागार, तव इच्छा मातो ब्रह्मा करे ना सृजान. ये सब मिलजुल के शिव, दुर्गा, ब्रह्मा, ये सब आपके ही सेवक है, और ये इस जगत को बनाने वाले हैं, लेकिन इसको चलाने वाले कौन है? भगवान, केवल आप ही हो. सब कुछ भगवान ही करते हैं, और भगवान की शक्ति से ही हम कुछ कार्य कर पाते हैं. तो इस तरह से भगवान शिव बहुत अच्छे से प्रार्थनाएं भगवान को सुना रहे हैं। ठीक है। यस मनीष प्रभु, प्लीज रीड अहेड नेक्स्ट टू पैराग्राफ्स।
Because it is a cloudy day to the common man's eyes, the sun appears to be covered, but the fact is that because the sunshine creates the cloud, even though the whole sky is cloudy, the sun can never actually be covered. Similarly, the less intelligent class of man claims that there is no God. But when the manifestation of different living entities and their activities is visible, enlightened persons see you present in every atom and through the via media of your external and marginal energies, your unlimited potential activities are experienced by the most enlightened devotees. But those who are bewildered by the spell of your external energy identify themselves with this material world and become attached to society, friendship, and love. Thus, they embrace the threefold miseries of material existence and are subjected to the dualities of pain and pleasure. They are they are sometimes drowned in the ocean of attachment and sometimes taken out of it. My dear Lord, only by your mercy and grace can the living entity get the human form of life, which is a chance to get out of this miserable condition of material existence. However, a person who possesses a human body but who cannot bring the senses under control is carried away by the waves of sensual enjoyment. As such, he cannot take shelter of your lotus feet and thus engage in your devotional service. The life of such a person is very unfortunate, and anyone living such a life of darkness is certainly cheating himself and thus cheating others also. Therefore, human society without Krishna consciousness is a society of cheaters and cheated.
Yes, very important point. Here it is mentioned, person who possesses human body but who cannot bring senses under control is carried away by the waves of sensual enjoyment. He cannot take shelter of your lotus feet and engage in devotional service. Life of such a person is very unfortunate, and he is cheating himself and cheating others. So that's why human society is society of without Krishna consciousness, cheaters and cheated. Right? There are two categories of people: Godas and Goswami. Who is Godas? He is servant of his senses. Senses will tell, today I want to eat chocolate. So he will eat chocolate. Senses will tell, today I want to watch movie. So he will go and watch movie. I want to hear rock music. I want to hear Bollywood song. So he will do that. Why? Because he is Godas. Go means senses. Das means servant. And there is Goswami. Goswami means his senses will tell him, I want to eat outside, but he will restrain the senses. He will give the senses higher engagement, higher enjoyment. है ना? 2.59 वर्स आप लोग उसको होमवर्क में ले सकते हैं। उसमें भगवान बताते हैं, विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिनाम रसोवर्जम रसोपस्य परम दृष्ट्वा निवर्तते। है ना? when you start experiencing higher taste, the lower taste of sense gratification, meat eating, gambling, intoxication, pornography, illicit sex, they all goes away very easily. For that, what we have to do, we have to cultivate higher taste, and then that Godas will become Goswami, and he will not get carried away by the waves of sense enjoyment, and his human life will not be wasted. And in this way we can save the society from from becoming the society of cheaters and cheated. Yes, Aditya Prabhu, please ask.
प्रभु जी, I had a question.
हम्म
जैसे हम देखते हैं कि अभी जैसे कलयुग में it is very difficult to control the senses because so many distractions are there. So should we try to subdue our senses forcefully, or should we try to chant and follow the, I mean, chant the holy name and leave it all up to the mercy of gurus and acharyas and the holy name
कैन यू
itself?
गिव सम
How should we do
एग्जांपल
that?
which sense creates disturbance for you?
I mean, like tongue, or it could be like anything, like watching movies and all. So,
Yes, let's
I mean,
take example of
yeah.
eyes. Eyes, they see here, there, everywhere. तो उसके लिए हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं, लाइक स्पेशली फॉर एग्जांपल watching reels, watching shorts. So generally what I do when I open YouTube, I will watch some Krishna conscious shorts, like little Krishna is there, or you can watch some वाणीपीडिया आता है ना, वो प्रभुपाद के जो शॉर्ट शॉर्ट स्टोरीज आते हैं एक एक दो दो मिनट के, वो सुन सकते हैं. और यू कैन वॉच सम डिवोटीज ड्रामास, जैसे शिक्षार्थकम है, आरजी मीडिया है. So this is one way of controlling the eyes. We cannot stop the eyes from functioning. We have to engage the eyes in the right way of activities, constructive activities. Similarly, tongue. You engage the tongue in eating Krishna Prasadam. Whatever we eat, before we eat, we offer it in the mind by chanting Hare Krishna 3 times. So it becomes prasad. So in this way, tongue is controlled. When we speak, we try to speak clean clean language without using any slang word or any gali in our speech. So actually, if you read in Bhagavad Gita 17th chapter, Krishna speaks about austerity of the body, austerity of the mind, austerity of the words. BMW, body, mind and words. तो उसके कितने, तीन 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 9 श्लोक है. ऑस्टेरिटी ऑफ फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट टंग. तो उसमें 17.15 यू कैन स्टडी. अनुद्वेगकरम वाक्यम, सत्यम प्रियम हितम च यत्. तो उसमें भगवान बताते हैं कि आप जो बोलते हो, योर वाणी शुड बी अनुद्वेग. सामने वाले को डिस्टर्ब नहीं करनी चाहिए. सत्यम, सच बोलना चाहिए. प्रियम, प्रिय बोलना चाहिए. स्वीट, स्वीट वर्ड्स. हितम, और ऐसा बोलो कि उससे सामने वाले का हित हो. तो इस तरह से आपका जो टंग है, जीवा है, उसको आप कंट्रोल कर सकते हो. राइट. So your question is, how do we restrain our senses? With the weapon of knowledge. Knowledge, when you have this knowledge in your back end, then your front end will improve. Getting. तो उसके लिए क्या करना होगा? You have to study Prabhupada books very very delicately, और क्या बोलते हैं उसको, with great attention. So when you memorize these points, कि when I am speaking, I have to speak in a way that I don't disturb the person's mind and I don't speak lies. फिर क्या होगा, अपने आप आपका जो जीवा है, द टंग है, वो कंट्रोल में आ जाएगा. सिमिलरली बॉडी के लिए ऑस्टेरिटी बताया गया है. राइट. देर इज ऑस्टेरिटी फॉर द बॉडी, माइंड एंड वर्ड्स. मन के लिए ऑस्टेरिटी है. मन के लिए क्या ऑस्टेरिटी है? वेर एवर माइंड रन्स हियर एंड देयर एवरीवेयर बिहाइंड सेंस ऑब्जेक्ट्स, bring the mind back to Krishna. So this is the austerity for the mind. ये मन की तपस्या है ना. उसमें भी 3 प्रकार की तपस्या है. ऑस्टेरिटी इन मोड ऑफ गुडनेस, ऑस्टेरिटी इन मोड ऑफ पैशन, ऑस्टेरिटी इन मोड ऑफ इग्नोरेंस. तो इस तरह से आप जब स्टडी करोगे, देन ऑटोमेटिकली यू कैन इजीली कंट्रोल योर सेंसेस फ्रॉम गोइंग इनटू रॉन्ग डायरेक्शन. वेरी सिंपल. और एक उसका और एक सोल्यूशन क्या है, आज ही हम लोग क्लास में सुन रहे थे. राजश्याम प्रभु सेज, टेक एसोसिएशन ऑफ मध्यमा अधिकारी, है ना. ये मैंने पहले बताया, कनिष्ठा, मध्यमा, उत्तमा. मध्यम अधिकारी क्या करता है? मध्यम अधिकारी विल क्लीन अवे योर एंजॉइंग मेंटेलिटी. आपके अंदर जो एंजॉय करने की प्रवृत्ति है, भोग वृत्ति को हटा के आपके अंदर सेवा वृत्ति लेके आता है. So, if you take more and more association of advanced devotees, Madhyam Adhikari devotees, definitely we will give up the the desire for sense enjoyment. So you have to understand in this way. Yes, you have any follow-up question?
So मुझे like you said that we need to develop these good qualities. So मतलब इसे forcefully लाना पड़ेगा या फिर we should wait कि मतलब समय के साथ आ जाएगा ये नाम जपते जपते।
um
Uh,
as you develop attachment towards spiritual principles like devotees, like deities, like holy name, तो अपने आप जो सेंस कंट्रोल है वो आ जाता है। दिस इज द सीक्रेट ऑफ स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ। जैसे जैसे आपका अटैचमेंट बढ़ेगा टुवर्ड्स ऑल दिस पैराफेरनेलिया, योर सेंस कंट्रोल विल हैपन ऑटोमेटिकली, आपको अलग से एंडेवर नहीं करना पड़ेगा। सो यू कैन थिंक आफ्टर दिस सेशन, आपको भक्ति में कौन सी चीज सबसे ज्यादा आकर्षित करती है। फॉर मी इट इज हियरिंग, हियरिंग कृष्ण कथा। आई कैन हियर होल डे। फॉर मी हियरिंग इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम। आई लाइक हियरिंग वेरी मच। श्रवणम। तो ये जो नौ नौ अंग है भक्ति के, श्रवणम, कीर्तनम, विष्णु स्मरणम, and offering prayers and doing deity worship and doing services. So you have to figure out इनमें से कौन सी चीज मुझे सबसे ज्यादा आकर्षित करती है, और उसी को आप नरिश कीजिए। यू यू डू दैट एक्टिविटी मोर एंड मोर, देन ऑटोमेटिकली those lower activities which is not favorable will go away out of your mind. Getting? So try this thing at home and let me know next time when we'll meet. So this will definitely solve your problem. Yes. हाउ टू रिकॉग्नाइज मध्यम अधिकारी, उसके सिम्टम्स दिए हैं। इफ यू रीड एनओआई नेक्टर ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन, उसमें उत्तम, मध्यम और कनिष्ठ की सिम्टम्स दिए हैं। मध्यम अधिकारी कौन है? जिसकी श्रद्धा दृढ़ श्रद्धा है। एक चैतन्य चरितामृत में एक श्लोक आता है कि